Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for coming out today to help us educate the public on what's going on with the sinkhole that has opened up near Interstate I-44, 70, and North Broadway. We are here today in an effort to be as clear and communicative as possible, recognizing that the public is going to be key to our success in addressing this as quickly as possible. Situations like this, of course, remind us that our city's great history comes with aging infrastructure that needs support. As you all know, we're considering a major water bill that will be coming before the Board of Aldermen again this Thursday. No, this sinkhole was not opened up on purpose, but certainly does lend its support to that effort and the need to have additional funding for our water department to make our city more resilient overall. I want to thank Commissioner Greg Favor and his entire team at SEMA for leading our incident command structure over the last 48 hours. My team and I, as well as everyone here and many other partners, have been in consistent communication since the sinkhole was identified on Friday night. I also want to thank our city departments and divisions for working on this issue alongside of our community partners like MoDOT, Spire, and Ameren. I also want to recognize some of the partners that are not here today. They've been very involved, and I want to especially note the Missouri Department of Natural Resources, who's come out and inspected the sinkhole to ensure that there's nothing bigger, no other geological activity going on that we should be concerned about. That's very reassuring, and so I want to make note of that. I'll also note that while Ameren here with us here today, they have been very, very consistently communicative, working with us through our incident command, and have reassured us that their assets are not currently in danger or compromised at this time. With that, I'd like to turn it over to Spencer Gould of the St. Louis City Water Department to speak on behalf of the Water Division.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Spencer Gould, Deputy Commissioner of Water. As the Mayor stated, late Friday evening, June 12th, the Water Division was made aware of a main break at the intersection of Broadway and Bittner. Our crews, our trained team of water professionals, responded immediately, and as we always do with situations in this scope, we coordinated with other utilities as well as MoDOT, the Mayor's office, and everyone locally to ensure to get the information out as best as possible. At the outset, the Water Division's goal was to stop water flow, make sure that area was safe and dry for other utilities to come in, for the Streets Department to come in, and MoDOT to repair and get into the site to determine what the situation was. That isolation was particularly challenging due to the number of valves, that aging infrastructure, as the Mayor mentioned, as well as the location of the break itself. But we were able to get it down, and as of this moment, water flow into that site is minimal, which is allowing utilities to coordinate and respond quickly. Fortunately, we do have a good crew, as I mentioned, who are able to contract with other work with other contractors and other utilities in order to ensure that we can do this very quickly. I'll assure you that they are all calm and capable, and we are lucky to have a team that could respond so quickly. As I mentioned, our crews are working around the clock and will continue to work around the clock since Friday and into the future in order to minimize this impact and respond quickly. And together, we're hoping to rise to this challenge and address it for the city of St. Louis. And I'm going to pass it along to Director Jackson from Streets, who will talk for Streets perspective. Thank you.
Thank you, Spencer. Madam Mayor. Good afternoon. As you know, the details of this incident have already been shared to you. What you're seeing now is a very effective coordination through the Mayor's office and her emergency preparedness team, through the Chief Operating Officer and Unified Command, who have already conducted 2 Unified Command calls to bring together all of the teams that need to actually be in that site to ensure that we get this situation taken care of. Our Streets Commissioner, Commissioner Flake, has been on the ground since this incident started. He has additional details for you. I'll turn it over to him to give you some more specific information. Kent?
Right. Thank you, Director Jackson, Madam Mayor. Our role in this as a street department has been to really just bring the collaborative together of all the utilities and all the contractors that are working out there. Sometimes it's not the easiest to get a bunch of contractors or utilities to work together in a whole, but since we started this early and got all of those contractors and utilities on board, the collaboration has been stupendous. We recognize here over the next week or longer that this is going to have significant issues for drivers, commuters, pedestrians, everybody in the area with some road closures. I'll let Jen Wade talk about that here in a moment with the highway closures, but currently North Broadway at Biddle, both north and southbound, is closed to traffic. That traffic is being detoured either east or west on Tucker. If it's 4th bound Broadway or 4th Street northbound is being detoured either east or west at Washington in order to keep that traffic from going up around the hole and where the construction area is. The biggest thing is that we all work together. We get the message out there that these closures do exist and will exist for a while until this work is completed, or at least until it is secured and stabilized. Currently it is stable, but we want to get the hole where it's got some more structure to it than what it has today. And so yeah, the biggest thing is just coordination in our utilities, and we're going to continue to work with those. And I will turn it over to Jen Wade of MoDOT.
Thank you, Ken. Madam Mayor, appreciate it. So my name's Jen Wade. I'm the area engineer for MoDOT in the city of St. Louis. First, I want to start talking about the bridge itself. So the hole under Interstate 44 has exposed underground structures for one of the columns that holds up the highway bridge. Right now, that exposure is not severe, but the conditions on site have the potential to continue changing. Keeping traffic off the bridge above reduces vibration of the columns, preventing further exposure from developing. We are working with the city's contractor on shoring up the area around this column so the rest of the repair work can be done while the interstate is open to traffic. This effort alone takes time, and at this point we are expecting the existing closure of I-44 downtown to last at least through the week. MoDOT closes any bridge where the department has structural concerns that have the potential to impact the traveling public. With this current repair plan in action, there is reason for optimism that the bridge will remain in good condition throughout the sinkhole repair work. So let's talk about road closures. On I-70, only the eastbound express lanes are closed. There are no other ramps or lanes closed on I-70 in either direction as it continues over the Mississippi River. There was some confusion about that yesterday, so I want to make sure we're very clear. The movement from I-70 eastbound that becomes I-44 westbound is closed. So all traffic wanting to go towards downtown must get off at the Tucker Boulevard exit. I-44 eastbound toward downtown is closed at the Poplar Street Bridge. All traffic heading to downtown will want to get off at the Park Avenue exit. Lastly, as Kent mentioned, Broadway on both sides of the interstate is closed at Biddle and over North Broadway for the construction site itself. Folks who want to make the through movement from 44 to I-70 or the other direction should consider using Jefferson, Parnell, and Salisbury. That road actually continues quite smoothly around the downtown area, and it's a fairly direct detour route. Our digital message boards on the interstate are being used to communicate the closure to drivers on the approaching interstates. We have pushed information out to our state highway patrol and commercial motor carrier partners. You can always check the MoDOT traveler information map for updates. That's at traveler.modot.org. We will also be working with our event partners downtown, as we always do during closures. Events can happen with this closure in place. We do work all the time where we need to have closures. This is not an expected closure, but we can still work with folks to get around. Make sure you give yourself plenty of time. Please be patient while we have this closure in place. Consider your alternate routes before your trip begins, and everyone drive safely. All right. Next up, Chief Tracy.
So good afternoon, everyone. We're working closely with the Missouri Department of Transportation and the city partners and public utility agencies, as you heard the other speakers talk about. As crews respond to the sinkhole, we actually make sure we have to take a look at adjusting closures, and we'll continue to do that. MoDOT has their thing on their site, city has it on their site, and SLMPD also on their site. Any changes, we'll keep you updated. Yesterday afternoon, we were notified that the interstate needed to be closed. District officers and traffic safety officers responded quickly and safely shut down the affected roadways, and it assisted with traffic control in multiple directions. Since that time, our officers have remained in close coordination with repair crews to help maintain a safe work environment and support ongoing operations at the site. We've also seen increased pedestrian activity in the area, with many people coming downtown to observe the sinkhole. Public safety remains our priority. Officers have been assisting crews as fencing and other access points and protective measures were installed. And then we're restricting pedestrian access where necessary and to keep people out of these hazardous areas. Please, we're looking for your cooperation to do that. There's going to be plenty of media, video on those things. Please want to keep you away from that sinkhole, and keep you safe. We anticipate detour traffic throughout the downtown area over the next coming days as motorists navigate throughout the downtown area. Oh, and I ask the commuters, please plan ahead. Look at those GPS website, Waze, Google. Even myself, when I had to go to a place towards North County, it redirected me. I would have taken that way with my wife. It actually directed me up Jefferson, and I made it almost the same amount of time, maybe a minute later. So it is good to find these alternate routes. We have good streets, we have paved streets in the city, and I recommend people to do that. And Jefferson is that route if you're going to start going back and forth when you get off on 70 or 44. Traffic safety officers will continue assisting repair crews, including escorting large construction equipment to the site to ensure those movements be conducted safely and efficiently. And right now at 4 o'clock, we're working together with the Missouri Highway Patrol. There's a 200,000-pound piece of equipment it's on its way that we're working with Missouri Highway Patrol to start getting those things. So as we're having this press conference, there's people out there working. We're still planning and trying to get this rectified as soon as possible. We appreciate the public's patience and cooperation as crews work to repair the roadway and restore normal traffic patterns as quickly and safely as possible. So with that, we'll take questions.
How confident are you about the stability of that support column? That's one of the things I think everybody is noticing, is how close this is to what's keeping the bridge up.
Right now, that column's in good condition. There isn't a problem structurally right now. The problem is that the sinkhole itself has not been stabilized, so we really want to make sure that nothing's going to change. Our bridge inspectors have been down there a lot since this got started. We're going to continue working with the contractors as they start to move and act and dig things out of the hole. That's just a continuously changing environment. We want to make sure that nothing happens. It does take a long time to close this segment of the interstate. I don't know, 5 or 6 at least entry points all need to be touched, so we need to make sure that we reduce those vibrations, keep folks off, but also we can respond if anything changes.
What does it look like? Just to follow up, what needs to happen in order to shore it up to keep, I guess what needs to happen to get traffic moving again?
Sure. The shoring itself is a pretty typical construction activity for anybody. You know, we always have other utilities working in and around the columns that hold up the bridges that support the interstates. It's something we do a lot. So when somebody needs to dig nearby, we often put in sheet pile or other protection underground so that as the hole is created, that material isn't falling away from the columns. So we do have right now more material away from the column than we would like to see, but we're in a very stable situation right now. Really happy to see that things are holding right now.
Jan, any idea how this happened?
I will turn that over to MSD or Water.
Yeah, Water can speak. So, on Friday, June 12th, I believe, we found that one of our larger mains, a 20-inch water main, was leaking. We responded following a report that we received that water was coming up. Once we went out there and actually started the excavation, we saw that 20-inch main that was compromised, which was impacting the two other 10-inch and 12-inch mains that are in that same corridor. The combination of all those three mains in conjunction and the water getting out led to some undermining, which led to the sinkhole that we have today.
Is that the 200,000-pound piece of equipment that's coming to pipe for this thing?
I believe the 200,000-pound piece of equipment is construction equipment, not pipe itself.
Talk about the timeline when your office found out that the ground was literally sinking in. Was it from a pedestrian, or did you have people on the ground notifying you of that?
The evening of that Friday, I'm not sure the exact timing, but it was the evening that we went out there, saw water coming up, and then once it was opened, I believe, is when we saw the void space underneath it.
Do you think your office did a good job about closing it off? There's a lot of people still driving by, walking past the sinkhole. It wasn't really that secure.
Yeah, we spent all of today and even going back into Friday and Saturday doing everything we can to ensure that it was safe. We're working with our contractor as well as PD. We had them come out and assist us, as well as bringing on our own safety officer in order to respond and better set up a safety envelope around that area.
How long is it going to take to fix this problem?
I'll pass it over to MoDOT. I mean, I think at this point, we don't know. I think what we are doing right now is ensuring it's safe. Once it's safe, we can make a determination of what repairs will be required. I think at this point, we're saying at least a week, but it hopefully would be done sooner and could be done longer. But I think the answer is that it varies on what we find.
How
Mr.
unusual
Gould,
is
you
a sinkhole of this size? Do you see this often, or is this pretty unusual?
I think a sinkhole of this size is unusual, but not something we haven't responded to and not something our trained team members can't address.
Mr. Gould, you talked about the water rate increase earlier this week at the Board of Aldermen meeting. What does that look like now in terms of something like this happening, and what do you have to say to any of those citizens, residents who are questioning the increase now?
Yeah, I mean, I think a break like this does not increase does not change what we will be asking the Board of Aldermen on Thursday. But I do believe the challenges that we see are emblematic of why we put this forward. As the mayor said, I think the city recognizes that we've benefited from this infrastructure for a long time, but the infrastructure is aging, and breaks like this are what we've went in front of the Board of Aldermen to talk about. We know that these repairs are needed. I'm never going to promise that we're not going to have a break, but if we can implement our CIP as put forward that we've seen support from the mayor's office and the Board of Aldermen, we hope that breaks like this are less frequent in the future and lessened in the future.
Mayor, what is your reaction to this event happening?
And I'll just add on that, and I'll answer your question as well. With the rates that we've had, we have not had the income necessary to do regular replacement of the lines. These lines were over 100 years old, and we have been replacing lines at a much slower rate than we need to for decades. And so you're seeing decades of deferred maintenance, just like in a house. If you fail to do tuck pointing or other things, those challenges will come home to roost, so to speak. And so what we're seeing here is an uptick in breaks as the result of that deferred maintenance. What Spencer discussed and what our water department has laid out with this rate increase proposal is the starting of a process to really start to proactively address the water mains and the deferred maintenance that has been frankly waiting far too long to really invest in. That's a great starting point. What is my reaction to all this? Elliot, again, as I stated in my opening remarks, this is just a reminder of our aging infrastructure, the need for the city to invest in our infrastructure. I'm very grateful that we have a chunk of funds to the RAM settlement funds that we can start to invest in both our water department and our streets in general. Our streets department has demonstrated excellent leadership through this, through both Director Jackson and Commissioner Kent Flake, but they have a set of aging infrastructure as well. And so with the RAM settlement funds, we are allocating a serious amount of funds to infrastructure. And as a city, this is a good reminder of how we need to be prioritizing that infrastructure citywide to prevent what's going to be a very costly and exceptionally disruptive situation here with this sinkhole.
So is this preventable?
You know, I think the way that you prevent sinkholes like this is by being proactively replacing your water mains. And that's something that, as I mentioned, the city has been unable to do, not just in the near term. You know, this has been going on the entire time I've been on the planet. So, you know, when you have that sort of backlog of deferred maintenance, it is difficult to catch up with. And that's why we're very serious and very proactive in the rate study and the rate increases that we're putting forward right now, and we're very serious about making sure that we get those new dollars coming into the water department to start to be more proactive about that.
Was this infrastructure, these particular water mains, were they known to be at risk, or did this just come as a complete surprise?
Well, I'll let Spencer speak as well, but I'll just say our infrastructure across the board, when you have water mains that are over 100 years old, we know that they're all at risk. And that is really a challenge for our water department and our city as a whole. And so, again, that really speaks to the importance of the water rate increase.
Can I ask a follow-up? I mean, but what stops anyone from driving anywhere and falling into a sinkhole at this point?
Well, you know, I mean, I think but we're seeing an increase in sinkholes. That's obvious. You know, we're starting to see those, but we're being extremely proactive. And I think the key here is just how responsive our water department and our entire team has been to start to address this. You know, especially when something like this occurs on a Friday night, a late Friday night, and over a weekend. This crew did not stop. Everybody was all hands on deck all weekend long to make sure that we're immediately addressing this. And we're taking the necessary steps as a city and as a set of partners, including MoDOT, Spire, Ameren, all of our partners, and to more proactively identify those challenged areas, and certainly to react as quickly as possible to restore safety and restore the infrastructure that we need for our city to operate.
What do you say to commuters who are going to be frustrated by this, and they constantly are seeing St. Louis crumble literally in real time?
Yes. You know, what I'll say is I'll reiterate this team's excellence in responding, pulling together all partners to ensure that we're not just responding from the streets department, but we have everyone at the table to ensure a holistic response to this situation. We are also, as a city, very serious about making the investments and the hard choices that we need to ensure that we are investing in our infrastructure better than we have been moving forward. And that starts with the rate increase for our water department, which we realize is going to be difficult for our residents to absorb. But we've been very, very thoughtful in that approach by not only identifying the funds that we need, but by protecting some of our residents that are most vulnerable by carving out a low-income rate to ensure that those residents for whom this is going to be a barrier, we have a path. We're also serious about investing the RAM settlement dollars. We've been working for a year now with the Board of Aldermen to get that alignment to ensure that we can start to invest those dollars in ways that can proactively address these major concerns.
Was this a purely pipes-based issue, or is there something about the geology below that highway that's also adding to the cave-in?
That's a great question, and something we were concerned with as well. As I mentioned on the front end, the Missouri Department of Natural Resources came out and did an inspection of the sinkhole to try to answer that exact question. They are very confident and comfortable at this time that it's not a larger geographical concern, and that should be comforting to all of us. If that were going on, we would potentially have a much bigger challenge on our hands.
Do you know how much it'll cost?
We don't. And, you know, as we mentioned, you know, I mean, you know, some of the questions are, well, what, you know, how long, what does the solution look like? Right now, we are still very much really securing and understanding the scope of the issue. So we should have much more information as the week unfolds and as we stabilize the sinkhole and are able to move forward with the comprehensive approach we need to feel confident that, that we've addressed the situation.
Final question. Whose responsibility is it to pay for this? Is this the city? Is this MoDOT? Who's footing the bill?
Yeah, I mean, that's something that will really be much more clear in the coming days, weeks, especially as we really truly identify all of the issues going on here and outline all that.
For police, will there be increased patrols near this area? Will there be any ticketing if you guys do see anyone over there throughout the day, night?
What we'd like to do, I started in the beginning, get the cooperation from the citizens in St. Louis or anyone coming from outside. There's going to be enough media attention on it. Please try to avoid the area. We'll be able to get to other places around it, and especially get into the convention center and the dome if there's anything going on there. We'll have things out there to tell people how to get there, but we'd like to first get everybody's cooperation, and certainly if someone's trespassing on this site, we'll take the appropriate action of any individual that's not abiding by what we're asking, and certainly going onto a dangerous site. So we'll be there, directed patrols. We have officers out there, and including additional officers trying to do traffic, downtown area as people try to come into their commute tomorrow morning, and we'll assess each area where we need officers to continue to help people get to and from the city.
Thank everybody for your time. We want to allow our departments to get back to work with addressing the sinkhole. So thank you so much for your time. Please keep your eyes on social media. There will be updates regarding the closures. We also will be sending out a press release after this reiterating some of the main topics. So thank you all for your time.
Thank you.
Are you guys planning any additional news conferences throughout the week to keep us kind of posted on?